In this cigar lifestyle, there's a lot of things that come and go. There's a lot of things that have stayed around. And there are a lot of things that kind of move the needle to make cigars as popular as they are today. But in 2021, moving into 2022, what are those things that are moving the needle? Well, I've got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. My name is EKB. This is EKB TV, and you are watching Vintage Cigar for another Top 10 series. And now today we're talking about the top 10 trends in cigars at this time. What's really popular, what's moving the needle, and what's kind of keeping this culture, lifestyle going and keeping it interesting. Well, I got 10 things for you. Let's start with number 10. Number 10, NUBBERS. Now you see these all over the place. People are kind of making businesses out of these, and they got these cute little things with skulls and crystals and jewels and guns or whatever they want to put on them. Just so that when you get down to the end of your cigars, instead of burning your fingertips and your lips, you got a little nubber to kind of hold on to it. Now I've made this obvious that it's not really my thing. Hey, it's not for me, but other people really dig this, making it more comfortable for them to smoke cigars. So hey, more power to you. Enjoy your smokes. Number 9, the ash contest. A really good sign of a good cigar, well-crafted, well-made cigar, is how well that ash holds on. What your ash looks like. How well are you stacking dimes? Is it flaky? You see a lot of people smoking their cigars and seeing how long they can keep their ash on their cigars. To me, this is a bit of a parlor trick. I'm not enjoying my cigar with that, but it's no need to take away from people's fun, and it's a lot of different ways to enjoy your cigar. This is something that's become very popular. Now, if you go along on the internet and you're on a lot of the message boards and things like that, you can definitely see people getting involved in the contest and enjoying themselves. Number 8, we have the V-cut. Now this is something that I've seen kind of transition from when I came into smoking cigars in 2013, 2015, between that ballpark. I myself was trying to figure out which cut would be best for me as I'm learning about cigars. Was it a punch? No way. Was it a straight cut? Or was it a V cut? Now at this time for me, I enjoy a V cut from time to time. Don't have one in the house at the moment. Straight cut has been my way to go. But there are a lot of cigar smokers that live and die by that V cut. Doesn't really change the smoke to me. Maybe sometimes you can get a little bit closer in with your cut and get a little bit more smoke, but for the most part, it's all aesthetic. It's whatever floats your boat. Number 7, Cameroon wrappers. Now this one is up my alley. You guys, if you follow my show, you know that my favorite cigar is the Arturo Fuente Don Carlos Shark. Now, we know that this Shark has a Cameroon wrapper, but there are also wrappers by Aldino and by AJ Fernandez with the New World. They have Cameroon wrappers, many others. This is something that's blowing up, becoming more and more popular, and this is a more difficult wrapper to roll. But that sweet flavor profile, it's hard to beat. I dig it. Number 6, even more impressive than the Cameroon, you got the broadleaf. Now we know at this point, broadleaf is a little harder to get because it's become such a trendy and cool thing to have on your cigar. Everyone wants their broadleaf, from Steve Saka to Nick Melillo, and on and on and on. All these guys are using the broadleaf, and you as the smoker, me as a smoker, we dig our broadleaf too. Hopefully, this doesn't make it too tough on the industry. We all get to enjoy the wrapper that we like. Number 5, the Lancero. Now, we saw over the past couple of years that the Lancero has ticked up all over YouTube, just about any message board, any magazine that you can think of, and any brand is putting out one of their best cigars in a Lancero. At first, I wasn't really sure about this size. It wasn't the Vitola that I really liked, but I just recently had the ADV Queen Pearl Lancero. Love that cigar, man. One of the best that I've had. We have the L40. There's a couple other cigars out there that people really love in the Lancero. Southern Draw's Rose of Sharon just recently released with the Lancero. Excellent cigars. Number 4, another Vitola that people are really falling in love with, the Flying Pig. This short, stubby, stout cigar with the Perfecto type shape to it has really been running and making the industry take note. This is one of those that you see a lot from Drew Estates. Some of the other brands have kind of partaken in this and kind of using this Flying Pig style. For me, this is one I haven't gotten my hands on too much. I don't know why the trend is so popular, but something I need to find out. Number 3, the non-traditional band. This is something that's kind of taken the industry by storm at this point. That's why it's in the top 3. And if you look at a lot of the cigars from yesteryear and before, you have these very ornate gold and regal looking bands, and they kind of look like family seals, and this is to show the prestige in the cigars and things like that. But things have changed. These 80s, 90s kids coming up in the graffiti and art style era with Basquiat and comic books and things like that. So a lot of your bands at this point are starting to reflect that culture, where they have so much pop, art, stand out in your face, and go against the grain. You get that kind of punk rock, edgy type thing. And you know what? I dig it. I really like it. Number 2, to kind of piggyback off the last one, we got the boutique cigars. A lot of these storied brands that have been around kind of getting kicked out and moved out by the new kids on the block, and they're just kicking in the door and saying, hey, we got something to say here. These smaller companies with all of these cool ideas, the cool bands, new marketing techniques, new takes on blends are starting to take over. And the number 1 trend that is taking over at this point is the limited edition cigars. So a lot of these new boutique brands are coming in and just making these special runs with cigars that, hey, if you don't get in time, you don't get the cigar. And you want to be a part of the cool kids, so you definitely want to rush out there, get your limited edition. Oftentimes it's an LCA or something like that, where you got to get in, get your limited edition cigar that they're only going to make a small run for. And if you don't get in, hey man, FOMO, you're missing out. A lot of these storied brands that have been around for quite some time and making their traditional cigars, and there's a plethora of them, kind of falling by the wayside. They still have their tricks up their sleeve too, to take some of these well-known cigars, make them in limited editions. People are gonna spend money. So that's it. That's my top 10 list. You guys let me know what you think. Are there any other trends out there that I've missed? You guys let me know. Put it down in the comments. I'm curious to know your thoughts. Maybe it's something that I haven't seen, and it's something that's growing and bubbling under the surface that I need to know about. Anyway, this has been EKB TV, another top 10 list. You guys stay tuned, keep watching. We got more top 10s coming to you. Stay cool, keep smoking. Peace.